Rather lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to be diving into the latest around Arsenal. We have some good news and some bad news as well. Gabriel is scheduled to come back into action for Arsenal on the 25th of February. That is a little bit earlier than he was anticipated to come back. But the bad news is that he was going to be missing 10 games, including 9 Premier League fixtures. That is the bad news. We'll talk about Colomwani. We'll talk about a few other transfers, including Cody Gakpo, Ismail Benatia, and a couple of other players that Arsenal have been linked with today. Hit the like button. Let's get this video to 400 likes. Subscribe to the podcast as well. And ultimately now, after knowing that he's going to miss 10 games for the campaign, is it time for Arsenal to go out and get a striker? Talk to me in the comment section. Most of you actually do believe in Edin Ketia, which is not a problem. I got no problems with people believing in their striker, but if you're fighting for the title, if it is true that Mikel Arteta and Edu want the title, is it time for us to go to the market and find a cheap bargain of a striker, someone better than Edin Ketia? I'll leave that one for you in the comment section. So let's get into the stories. And story number one, leading right now, is that Gabriel Jesus will be back for Arsenal on the 25th of February against Leicester City if nothing changes. Now, of course, it's going to be 3 months. He's had a surgery in his knee area. It's a very, very difficult area. It's a very, very bad injury for any player to actually concede, especially a player like Gabriel Jesus, who actually works a lot, a player who runs a lot, a player who's always playing at very, very intensity and a lot of tenacity, all right? So it's a bad injury. It's a nasty one, but the doctors are very hopeful he might actually come back after, after 9 games, right? After missing 9 games in the Premier League, that is when we expect him to be back. It's some good news because by February, I think the title is still on, but the only problem here is that the number of games is going to be missing, and how important they are and how big they are is quite astonishing. So these are the games he's going to be missing. He will miss West Ham. He will miss Brighton. He will miss Oxford in the FA Cup. He will miss our fixture against Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur, Man United, Brentford, Everton, and Manchester City. Okay, so those are 9 Premier League games that is going to miss, plus 1 game in the FA Cup. That is a lot. 9 Premier League games. That is a title decider. Those are title deciders. City is a title decider. Man United is a title decider. Tottenham Hotspur is a title decider, and Newcastle as well. That fixture against Newcastle is a title decider, and West Ham as well. They're not an easy side. Brighton as well, not easy sides. All these games, in my opinion, are actually title deciders. Actually, if you ask me which game of these would I have chosen not to have Gabriel Jesus, no game. All these games need our lead striker. All these games need our main striker, our main talisman to be around. And what is scary again is that you look at all these fixtures and you count the members of non-top 4, and they're actually very, very minimal. City is a member of the top 4. United top 4. Tottenham top 4. Newcastle top 4, right? And then you look at the likes of Brighton, which is a very hard team to beat. You look at the likes of Leicester City, which is going to be a very hard team to beat as well in the second leg. Brentford, for me, they will put up a fight in the second leg, and all these other clubs, including Everton. So I don't know whether these games actually take the title away from us, but what I'm very sure of is that you win these 10 fixtures, right? You win these 10 fixtures, Arsenal will be the real champions of England. But if we fail to pick up decent points in these fixtures, it's all over, right? It's absolutely all over. So we're going to wait and see if he can come back earlier, if he's going to come back probably before the date. But it is highly likely that he comes back after 25th February. Let me know in the comment section what your opinion is about. Is that too early? Can we manage through January and probably through February without him, or go out in the market and find someone? And talking about going to the market to find someone, Arsenal have been linked with Colomwani, the striker, French starlet at Eintracht Frankfurt. I love the boy. I mean, He's one of those players that I've seen in the World Cup and also at entering Frankfurt. And I'm like, okay, this guy is good, all right? So his contract runs down in 2023. That is a very, very positive point for Arsenal to think about. Not only Arsenal are interested in Colomwani, Manchester United are also interested. Of course, United, Chelsea, I think Milan as well are all interested in Colomwani. They are monitoring his situation, his contract situation. It is highly unlikely that after that World Cup display, he's actually going to sign a new deal. He would be absolutely stupid and dumb to sign a new deal at entering Frankfurt right now. What he's got to do, run your contract down until the summer. Then all you can do is get a good club, a big sign-on fee, a bigger project, a nice manager, and then you progress in your career. But then that means there is an opportunity to sign him in January. I think what Frankfurt will be thinking about here is Daichi Kamada is going to join Dortmund on a free in the summer. That's a done deal, right? They'll be thinking, can we get Colomwani to sign a new deal? Can we convince him to stay? And if we cannot, the other only option there is can we get some money out of him in January? Now, Colomwani is a player that I think would be around 10 million euros, in my opinion, because his transfer market value is around 15 million euros. His contract runs down in 2023, 6 months left to his contract. Frankfurt won't maximize revenue out of his sale. So, in my opinion, Arsenal should table 10 million euros. I don't know. Someone really likes us. Someone really likes us in the heavens. We lose our best striker, and all of a sudden, there is Marcus Thuram available on 12 million euros. There is also Colomwani available for something like 15 million euros. And all these players are below the age of 25. All these players are still very, very fresh. They're the future for France. We've seen them at the World Cup. They've been absolutely brilliant. So Colomwani wanted by Arsenal. Nothing really in it. There is no contact with Frankfurt. There is no contact with the player. Arsenal just interested. So let's wait and see. Manchester United have joined the rest to sign Marcus Thuram in January. Arsenal are reportedly, according to the Mirror, Arsenal will be willing to splash over 12 million euros on Marcus Thuram. Man United do feel they want to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. Cody Gakpo is one of the players they want, but it might be a little bit too expensive. And that's why they want to sign Marcus Thuram. I think United should sign Colomwani, actually. Apart from Thuram, who I think is also another Ten Hag player, but one player that I think United could sign in January, and he actually works out very well for them, is Colomwani. So, but they want Marcus Thuram. I think everyone is really impressed with the goal-scoring record of this guy. 23 years of age, he scored 10 goals in the last 15 games this season for Borussia Mönchengladbach. No Arsenal player this campaign has scored as many goals as Marcus Thuram. No Arsenal player has done that. Actually, the only player who has come halfway of the number of goals he scored is Martin Odegaard, who has scored 5 in the Premier League. Okay, so can we beat Manchester United to signing Marcus Thuram? In my opinion, right now, 100%. I think we are more attractive right now. I think any player would want to join us just to take their chances in January. Maybe can I be part of the Arsenal team that wins the title after 2 long decades? Can I be a part of this Arsenal side that rewrites history? Can I be a part of this Arsenal side that reshapes the narrative around Arsenal as a brand, around Arsenal as a club, and everything Arsenal football, right? So I think we can beat Man United to Marcus Thuram. They did beat us on Lisandro Martinez. There's no question about that. But in the recent years, we've beaten them to a couple of players. Gabriel Magalhaes, notably. I mean, I don't know who's better, Lisandro Martinez or Gabriel Magalhaes, but in my opinion, both of them are really, really brilliant footballers. So, look, Thuram is a good player, okay? I would 100% take him, but if we don't take him, if we don't get him, then we can move in on Colomwani. And also, reports from the Netherlands are still suggesting that Arsenal have not totally and completely given up on Cody Gakpo. He's a player they would love to sign. He's a player that Mikel Arteta would love to have in his squad, especially now that that Gabriel Jesus is injured. I think the fear with Cody Gakpo is Arsenal have highlighted Mikhailo Modric as their priority. So that means we want a winger. We want to sign an out-and-out winger. Cody Gakpo is a good player, especially because of his versatility, ability to play as a false nine, ability to play as a number 9 as well. Those are some of the things I really, really like about him. But the problem is it would be more of a short-term signing, okay? And we're going to talk about short-term signings in this video still. But it would be more of a short-term signing. I think Arsenal wouldn't really want to do that, right? I don't think Mikel would be very, very okay to sign Cody Gakpo just because Gabriel Jesus is out for 10 games. And then later, you have a selection dilemma, which actually would be uncalled for. Now, if it is Cody Gakpo and Gabriel Jesus competing for Arsenal's number 9 spot, and that means Edin Ketia leaves probably in the summer, probably in January, then I'm 100% okay with Cody Gakpo signing. I think he's remarkable as a player. His talent is absolutely remarkable. But I just feel the loyalty Mikel Arteta has with Gabriel Jesus is unbreakable. I don't see him sign a player in the caliber of Cody Gakpo, a player that I know can really sit Gabriel Jesus down because he works hard, he's clinical, and he loves being into the penalty area. And when it comes to leading counterattacks, again, Cody Gakpo is a beast of a player. I'm not saying he's better than Gabriel Jesus, not in the world, not anywhere in the world, but I'm trying to say that it would bring a selection dilemma, and Mikel maybe would want to deal away with that. But then the other problem with Cody Gakpo is going to be the price in January. We're talking about a player whose whose price was around 35 million euros in the summer. But right now, after that World Cup performance, if PSV Eindhoven don't ask for in excess of 70 million euros, they will have something wrong with their minds. They will really, really have something wrong with their minds. This is the perfect opportunity. This is the opportune moment to make a lot of money out of the sale of Cody Gakpo. There is no other chance. They know that. There's not going to be a better chance. There's not going to be a better time to make more money, to make a lot of money out of this guy's sale. So I think they will sell in January just to make sure that they maximize the revenue and they can ride off the World Cup performances. But they have a lot of advantages, PSV, in this deal. They can keep him, allow him to increase the number of goals he scored this season, allow him to increase the number of assists he's assisted this campaign, and they'll have a very big banner of 100 million euros, which is negotiable. And they will end up with around 60. They'll end up with around 75 million euros. So if I'm PSV, anyone who offers me 70 million euros right now, 65 million euros right now, I'll take it. No question. I'll definitely take it. But if all clubs don't want to pay above 50 million euros, keep the player and then let him walk in the summer. You'll see wonders. That's what Benfica did with Darwin Núñez. They said, we can't sell him in January. We will let him stay at the club. And eventually, they got close to 100 million euros from Liverpool. Mind-blowing numbers, magical numbers recorded by Benfica in the summer. So, Cody Gakpo is still wanted. His priority is Manchester United. And it's also the number one priority for Erik Ten Hag to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think he can. If you look at what Ten Hag has done with Sebastian Haller at Ajax, what he's done with Dusan Tadic at Ajax, there is no way Cody Gakpo becomes a failure in the hands of Erik Ten Hag. There is no way. So let's wait and see. It's going to be an interesting battle for strikers in January. Gakpo, Thuram, and Kolo Muani. Arsenal versus Manchester United. I think that we don't need to battle. There are three. Each of us wants one. For me, I would say Arsenal. Go for Marcus Thuram. United take Kolo Muani and Cody Gakpo. We are all right with that. I'll be absolutely okay with that. And lastly, Arsenal's interest in Ismail Bennacer is coming to an end because Bennacer has decided to sign a new deal with AC Milan. Now, I say this, that unless otherwise, I don't see Ismail Bennacer move on. Chelsea wants him. Arsenal wants him. Few other clubs want him. but I feel like you know when your gut tells you that a player is gonna be staying and signing a new deal. That is that is what my gut was actually telling me, and I don't think I was actually wrong about it. I was never wrong about Ismail Benasser. So Arsenal should look at other midfielders, including Serge Milinkovic-Savic, major. But at the moment, we are not signing Ismail Benasser. Hit the like button for me, subscribe to the podcast, and I'll speak to you in the next one.